A lot of us will parent our children the way that we were parented, and that's not necessarily a good thing. If you want to just put that in your mind, just that phrase, how was I parented? And am I in this moment interacting with my kids in a way that is just based on how I was parented? So you were probably shamed a lot as a kid. You might have been yelled at, you might have been sent to your room, timeouts, whatever. A lot of the times the way that we interact with our kids is actually based on like a default setting in our head. We're not even thinking about the fact that I'm doing stuff that my mom or dad did that was not great, healthy, nice, but that's what we just all do because that's our default setting. So it's like you have to just, and even just me saying this will now raise your awareness and bring it into your consciousness. And what happens often too is people will go, yeah, well, my parents were really abusive and they were on this end of the spectrum. And so I'm not abusive, so I'm like so much better and so much different than my parents. But you've got to realize too, okay, so you might not be abusive, but that means you might swing to the other end of the spectrum and you might then be really permissive and letting your kids get away with all sorts of stuff, which isn't necessarily healthy, and they have no boundaries. So it's like you have to think about the whole spectrum of how you're parenting based on how you were parented. And same for your partner. So then if you think about it, and then depending if your parents split up when you were younger and then you got step parents in, how many parents did you have growing up? How many parents did your partner have growing up? All of this impacts how you parent, whether you like it or not. So you have to have it in your awareness of how you're parenting.